You are watching CIO TV by Enterprise IT World, a production of Accent Infomedia.
Hello and welcome to CIO TV.live, a sister concern of Enterprise IT World and a production of Accent Infotech Media. Today is day 2 of Gitex. We are on a spree of taking interviews, point of view of thought leaders, innovators, understand about the market, understand about the opportunity in this region. And now I have got a gentleman whose name is Ranjith Kaippada. He is managing director for CloudBox. As you know, CloudBox as a company, Genesis is SI business. They do lots of systems integration, but gradually they are shifting their focus into very value-based offerings which include SOC services. Ranjit, welcome and thank you very much for taking time out and speaking to CIOTV.live.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come and share my thoughts about Gitex and CloudBox technologies.
As I introduced you that you are your genesis is into system integration business, but gradually you are shifting into SOC services, maybe in future time some other value-added services. What is the shift? Why are you shifting from your traditional business model to a model which is completely new to you?
Yeah. See, CloudBox Technologies is a trusted brand in the market. We are one of the distinguished premier IT service provider in the market. We have proven our technologies, our capabilities over a period of 5 years by providing the right services in the market and by providing the right consultation in the market. So the customer is having a trust on us. So we are building on the trust, and we are not shifting from our traditional thing. What we are trying to do is actually see every technology have a threat. Every technology you implement will come up with its own risk. So how do you mitigate the risk between the technology and the risk, the vulnerabilities? So we are also trying to enhance our operations, enhance our offerings in the market by adding a SOC into it. So a SOC is only that it is going to protect you or to protect the customer's IT completely. So we are talking about let's say the theme of the Gitex this year is going to be AI. They are talking about future of AI. So AI is already there in the market. People are slowly adopting that AI, and you're trying to put in all the technologies into the company. But how do you protect this? Still, whatever technology comes in, you're talking about having vulnerabilities. Ransomware, threat, attack happening here and there. So that is where we have to have an SOC, which is the importance of SOC is actually you're trying to secure your IT, but making sure that SOC is not going to sleep. SOC is going to be there 24/7 monitoring, which the companies don't have that bandwidth to do it. So they have an IT people, they are buying the product, they're deploying the product, they're putting a specialist people to manage it. But it is not a round the clock service. They can manage it for 8 hours in a day. So what happens after that? The threat happens in the night. So these are the areas which we thought. This is something from our experience. We came to know that when we are providing the services, we can't just stop by providing a solution. What happens after that? What happens if an attack happens? So that remedy, even an attack happens, how do you do the instant recovery? Threat protection. That is where we want to cover our customer end to end. So it's like a one-stop solution for a customer wherein they come to CloudBox, they have a good consultation people, they have a good product, branded products to sell, we are implementing, we have an AMC in place, now we have to protect it, and now SOC is also in with us. So rather than looking at multiple vendors, they are one place wherein they talk to one person, we cover the entire thing. That is where the importance of SOC is coming in picture. So it is very fortunate for us as well as the customer that they're going to have the better service once they deal with with CloudBox.
Ranjit, why a SOC is required if somebody is adopting XDR kind of solution, which is AI enabled? You can predict, you can see what is coming on your way. Along with that, maybe some sort of SASE. What is the trend actually?
So as I said, it is a supermarket. Yeah, in the supermarket, you have all the elements. you have all the products available. So you talk about EDR, XDR, or MDR. So I mean, everything is needed for a customer because you are having endpoint device. An employee is having connectivity to an endpoint. His mobile is connected via email to his company IT system, or he got a VPN access. He's going to access some important files. So every endpoints, like I'm talking about laptops, desktops, or this one. So the XDR and EDR you're talking about is only going to protect the endpoints. The vulnerability will travel from this endpoint to the IT, or somebody attack directly to the IT. You have an IT infrastructure at the back of the office, wherein your entire switches, routers, the entire system, the rack is lying over there, right? So not necessarily you're protecting one side, but not protecting the other side. So what we are trying to do is actually, you're talking about EDR, XDR, it's only to protect your endpoint devices.
But XDR protects your cloud components as well.
No, the IT is not protected. They have a limitation there. They can only control till that point, till that endpoint device. Nobody actually travel from that point to the main IT because that's very complicated. So no other vendor have that capability of controlling it, except the newcomers who is having a SOC capability, wherein they extend MDR. Okay, when an MDR coming in system, you're talking about managing detection and response and other stuff, So you talk about, I don't want to name any vendor as such, but everybody is in work in progress. Slowly they are moving from XDR, EDR to MDR. From MDR is like a miniature version of SOC. You can't say that SOC is MDR. MDR is also a subset of SOC. So, a SOC is required to monitor your IT or your organization. It's like an eagle eye view. Okay, you are actually monitoring to see from where the threat is coming, how to block it. In case 99.9 we are saying protection. In case something happens, also how to do the remedy, and then instant recovery. These things will not come in the scope of XDR or EDR. They are only to alert you there's a threat over there. But how do you correct the threat? EDR is saying there's an attack which is coming. It is going to your firewall. It is going to your switch. So that is where SOC is coming in picture. So majority of the operators, they don't have a local presence here. There is another thing, because for every protection you should have a low collection which has to be sent to their respective SOC. If it is residing outside the country, then I don't think so they are compliant to the UAE laws.
You pointed out all those things, that why a customer, a CIO, CISO or CTO need to have the entire bouquet of solutions in order to protect their organization and their assets, whether it is on-premise, on cloud, or anywhere. But what about the intelligence you have? You are only protecting your assets when you come to know that the footprints are known to you. There are certain footprints which are not observable or monitored by the existing MDRs or SOC systems. So, are you also into threat intelligence services, providing services, or advising the customers about what's going to happen, what is coming on your way, maybe 6 months from now? Because given the circumstances, geopolitical situation is very uncertain. All the known brands, those who are completely protected by best of the breed cybersecurity solutions, are getting hacked. Ransomware getting into their backup system also.
Absolutely. See, this is a never-ending story. It's like two sides of the coin. When you have technology, you have threats also. So by having the SOC, what we are trying to do is actually we can predict. Actually, we can see that intelligence, the tools what we use internally will help you to see or assess what is the threat which is coming and how it is coming and which equipment it is going to attack. So to an extent, that's why I'm saying I can't say 100% nobody is giving a coverage, but 99.99% we can detect that vulnerability which is passing by or going through and going to hit that particular thing. So we have intelligence system wherein it will cover those aspects, and sometimes it comes as an alert to the IT people who have a dashboard access, and they will get a notification. So this port is being affected. You have to immediately correct it. Or if we have to manage it, maybe we'll correct that and then we'll send a report to the customer. So SOC is something which is unique. That's why in the modern era, SOC is inevitable, I would
I
say.
got it. I got it, Ranjit. But my question is not about SOC. I don't doubt about the capability of SOC also. I'm doubting about I'm optimistic about the capability of the perpetrators, the APT groups, operational. They are also utilizing the same artificial intelligence and machine learning what you are as an ethical person or the ethical company or a hacker you are doing to protect your customers. So they are also weaponizing it. They are on very stealth mode. So in that case, what is the answer for any of the solutions, SOC services? This is very, very critical for any customer. Being, of course, we are not using, but then there are a lot of people who are using all these solutions. As a thought leader, as a solution provider, what are your views?
So, I mean, like we said, Robin Hoods are there everywhere, okay? And as you know, in the world, the hackers are paid more than the actual developers. So, every crime, when it happens, that is where the unfolding thing happening. How did this happen? Even the, the safest of safest intelligence country will have a attack, okay? And then they will find out, how does this happen? So I'm saying like, this hackers or the Robin Hood people, they are more smart. When we are actually 100%, they are 105%. So that means, they are ahead of the technology. They are also investing onto the SOC. They are, trying, testing all the, see what is the, we talk about the hacking test, right? Which is called VAPT. VAPT is nothing but an authorized way of hacking. We are taking a consent from a customer and hacking their own system to find what is lacking in that organization. So like that, there are hackers. So all we can do is actually to protect. There is no separate tool to predict what will happen or what hacker is going to come up. We can't predict that because hackers have separate domain and they are working on how excellent they can attack a system. All we can do, at least whatever vulnerabilities we know in the market right now, let us see how to protect that. See, I don't think a system can actually attack SMB or a medium market right now. Maybe they'll attack the country's intelligence department first. So I'm sure they are also much ahead and trying to put all the measures in place. And so when the attack happens, obviously it is going to be a case study for all the people. And then obviously the other vendors and SOC people will come up with equivalent protection system. But for time being, for a UAE market, I would say, since we can see the attacks happening, but not much in the UAE. Yes, compared to ratio of the world, I would say we are much ahead of the system. You're taking care of system is very important. So that is where the importance of SOC and monitoring system. What is MDR? You're actually having a 24/7 monitoring of your IT environment. Even if you sleep, we don't sleep. That is what I am offering to the customers.
So let us take this conversation a little further in terms of the tools that you are using. How are you different in terms of SOC services? There are many here, very large ones, government-sponsored SOC services are available from the telcos. So also smaller companies which are very nimble, adaptive to the customer's requirement. How are you, from that perspective, how are you different? What are your core competency?
See, for everything there should be a competition. Okay, you can't say that one person or one vendor is unique in the market. So when you talk about system integrators, there are lots of system integrators. But within a span of 5 years, if CPT can stand apart and become a market leader today, proudly we are saying that we are a market leader competing with the top 1 or 2 people in the market. So that means we have done something special. Similarly, SOC is very common terminology now. Whoever is actually into security, they know what is SOC. And there are players. I don't say there are ample players in the market, but there are players in the market who are into SOC. But how do you differentiate from them? Not all the SOC will have 24%. First and foremost, that is very, very important because you can't have a SOC to monitor only for 8 hours. SOC should monitor 24/7. So very, very few. Even we can count in on the fingers. Very few people actually provide 24/7 support. Second is the local SOC. Though people say I have a SOC, really the actual SOC is not in UAE. They say we have an office, but at the end of the day, the control has been done by outside. They might be located in India or Europe or US. So what does it mean? You're actually transferring the entire log your information to other country, which is also a threat. So these are the things which people should understand. When somebody say there is a SOC, what is SOC? Is it UAE? Are you controlling the the operations here, or you're taking it outside and controlling it? So this is the second point. The third point, I mean, how many people are there to monitor this? You can't again have a small operating center putting two screens and say I have a one person to manage your customer, and then again at the back end you have a team back in India to manage this. No, you should have dedicated people. Let's say 10 customers. You can't have one resource to actually manage that. So number of resources is very important. Number of resources, because they have to work around the clock. You're talking about a 24/7. In the shift basis, they have to work on it. So that is an additional point to look at. Then you're talking about an instant recovery. Not every SOC will actually give you a remedy on this. You can't talk about you can talk about having protection, but what if a threat attacks? How do you recover this? Most of the SOC don't provide this. That is where again CloudBox is standing apart, because we provide end-to-end. Suppose an attack happens also, we are ready to recover the data and we are going to secure it and provide it back to the customer. Because most of the cases we have seen in the market, one of our customers is saying that the attack happened. Now attack happened because we can't do anything. But can I have my data back? Nobody have an answer, because the SOC or whatever they are signed up with, in that there is no clause that they will give you back the data. So if you don't have the data, what is the point in putting a threat protection? So these are the important factors they have to look at. So I can say that very few people, I mean definitely there are few top tier partners or tier vendors are there who are providing SOC. We are not to that level, but however we are developing. We have at least half a dozen of customers trusting us, putting the data and trust on us. So we are developing from that. I'm sure at some point of time, maybe next year in the Gitex, I'll be able to say that now I have a dozen of customers. So that is a success story which I can share it right now. And this is how we stand apart from other people.
If you can let us know a little bit more about your coverage. You said that you are locally available in UAE. Are your customers based out of only UAE, or they are spread across?
Wherein we are serving to certain supermarkets and retail chains, and so there's lots of healthcare companies who are working with us. These are the major focus. Apart from that, we are into mid-market and enterprise customers as well. Some of the few I would say government customers as well with us.
Now this is a new business, right? Your existing one is system integration. How the business is shifting towards the SOC services? What is the kind of mix that you are seeing in next 1 year time frame or FY24?
See, it is not a new business. It is actually SOC is already there. I mean, SOC in the sense, security is always there. The threat for security is always there. So as I said, technology is merged with the security and security threats. So going forward, we are talking about the hardware is going to disappear. Everything is going to be as a service. Similarly, I mean everything is going to be as a service from a SOC angle, because you're going to outsource, or you're going to actually put all the risk into a SOC, and your IT headaches has been taken over or been shifted to a provider who is going to entirely manage the solution. So I would say eventually, I mean the importance of SOC will come in picture, and everybody by hook or crook, if they want this 27001 ISO standards or anything like that, there should be a SOC in the place. Either they have their own SOC or they can outsource it to people like us. So that is where not everybody can afford a SOC. So I'm sure going forward, SOC is going to be a need for every customer. So we are happy to assist those customers. We are already ready. We are fully equipped with all those tools in the SOC. We invite all the customers to actually come and visit our SOC and see how we operate, and then we'll take it up.
What is the contribution you are seeing from the SOC to your business? Is it 10%, 20% in next couple of years?
See, we started now, so right now I would say it is 10% contributing to our business. Eventually, I mean, people should understand the importance of SOC. So with every solution you sell, you're going to have a SOC opportunity. So I'm sure this 10% I will grow to 50% in the coming years, and then probably maybe next year it'll be much more than that. So at one point SOC will be the focal point.
Absolutely. Now you are in the second day of Gitex. How do you see customers, walk-in customers, or even partners, even the vendors coming to your or prospects coming to your booth?
Amazing crowd as usual. I mean, Dubai is giving the weightage for Gitex, wherein the excitement I can see in everybody's face, that everybody is coming to see that what is new in Gitex. And we're surprised to see the crowd yesterday, amazed the day one presence. And the beauty this time, they've segregated a cyber valley. So that is going to be another exciting area, wherein we thought it was going to be at the another side of the hall, and there's no much of crowd at that side. But I was surprised to see that that hall is completely full, and specifically cyber enthusiasts. I can see that they are roaming around over there. So I can see that that hall is going to be gaining, or which will gain momentum in the coming Gitex days, because there are lots of new products, new security things which people are discussing about, and I'm sure we want to be there next time in that.
All right, Ranjith, thank you very much for taking time out and coming to our booth to give an interview and speak a lot about your business areas and throwing a light opportunity to the market and the challenges for the customers.
So I have to thank you for the role what you play in actually elevating CloudBox and people like us to the next level. So thank you so much for giving us an opportunity. We wish good luck for the rest of the days.
Thank you, Ranjit, and I reciprocate the same. Get good leads by the end of the entire expo. Thank you for watching this episode of Conversation from Gitex 2023.